Hi, this is Lisa. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, we can hear you, Lisa.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Lisa, just so you know, since you're on the phone, we are live on YouTube now. We have the 3 board members in attendance, so we are live on YouTube.
Okay, I'm live in my car.
Okay.
All right. Tim is on his way. He's asking for the passcode now, so I gave him the passcode. He might be on his phone as well. So we'll wait for him before we get started. All right. Tim, can you hear us? Oh, Tim's muted. Sorry. Well, Jennifer, you should be able to hear us if you want to go ahead and get it started.
Okay.
Just go through the agenda and knock it out.
All right. Okay. So our first item on the agenda is to talk about Douglas Avenue. So I will turn it over to you to talk about that.
Sure thing. We are working on a complete project overview of the entire building. So we started with the roof, and if Tim can hear me, he can probably give us a progress update on that. And if he can't hear me, then I can go ahead and do it as well. All right, so the Douglas roof project is in its final stages of approvals. We will be putting that out for bid sometime at the end of the next 3 weeks. So I believe I gave you guys the total of that in another meeting since we're on YouTube, and the project is going out for bid. We should not be discussing any kind of dollar figures there. So finished up those steps. The next step we decided in kind of an internal meeting was to go ahead and start the clean out process. So we're going to pay for a dumpster to be set out, and the carpets are going to get pulled out. Old materials, there's a lot of mold and issues with water there. So anything that has gone bad, or furniture that's just beyond saving, will surplus. And so we're hoping to get that to be a fully functional storage facility in the next 5 years. So we're well on our way to knocking that out. Tim, can
you hear me now?
There we go.
Okay.
If I miss anything on Douglas, you can go ahead and let us know.
I didn't hear what you.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't get in on the first part of the meeting. Good
I
afternoon, folks.
I think I got it all in.
Well, I mean, to probably give an update from my end as well, we've secured inmate help to clean out the building, and we anticipate to start doing that around the 1st of April. We'll get a team of 4 inmates dedicated to turn out the carpeting and anything that's molded we'll get rid of, and stuff that's needed to keep for future exhibits we'll hold on to.
And those are, I saw some safety precautions just to let the committee know. You ordered some suits, I think I saw.
Yeah, we're ordering the Tyvek suits, the full gear, the head to toe, and also we're getting some particulate mask as well. When we got goggles and gloves and all the tools needed to break down stuff over there as well.
All right, and then do you have a list of what's next after cleaning out? I think it's HVAC and then the plumbing. Is that right, or is it plumbing, HVAC, electrical?
We're gonna do electrical and then HVAC. HVAC and plumbing will go hand in hand. So.
Okay. That pretty much wraps up Douglas. Are there
Okay.
Any questions?
Just a comment. This is Lisa. I'll just say that's all very exciting and great progress. And I'm really looking forward to having more use, more functional use of that building. So thank you and good job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa. Okay, if no other questions or comments, we're going to move to item number 2 on the agenda, the ESCO project.
All right.
Jonathan, I'll turn it back over to you and Tim.
Thank you. The timeline is attached, or should have been attached. I would go over it, but there's so many caveats. Essentially, it's 8 to 18 months for the full project. Best case, 8 months. Worst case, 18 months. There's several points where it'll have to go to DGS for approval, and that could take anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks each time. So it's in the works, and there are currently biweekly meetings with updates from all the architects and engineers on the investment grade audit. So we're doing a summary meeting next week to discuss the financing, where we are as far as the solar installation, and how much more we're going to need to be able to complete the investment grade audit. So we're kind of in step 2. The first step was to bring in the companies, let them look around. They did the back of the envelope audit. And then now we're proceeding with Siemens to do the investment grade audit, which will take to the Treasury for the loan to pay for the project, which is dollar for dollar with what they can save us, with the kicker of $500,000 from the federal government through the Department of Mines, Minerals, and Energy to help us with the solar installation. Because dollar for dollar there wouldn't, we couldn't afford that with the current situation we're in, with Martinsville not doing the net metering, or well, they do net metering, but it's at such a low rate that it's not advantageous for us to go that direction. That pretty much covers that. There'll be more to come. Really, once we get the investment grade audit done, that'll be our presentation for this committee and the finance committee in and of itself. So you guys will be well informed there. That's all exciting. It's moving very quickly.
Any questions or comments on ESCO? Hearing none, we'll move to item 3, which elevator completion and certification.
Tim, if you would take this, thanks.
Yeah, our elevator update has been completed. We're on a 30-day temporary certificate. We have one item that was left over that the inspector wanted the alarm company to come in and verify that the elevator is shunting properly when the fire alarm goes off. We were scheduled to meet today, but the inspector could not make it. So we'll meet up next week, and that we should have our final certificate by the end of next week. The elevator right now is functional and is working and is being used, so we're in good shape.
I think that's exciting. Just good job, Tim and team. They're getting it done while nobody was in the building, kind of thing. I think that's, if COVID had one positive, our elevator breaking during COVID was about as best timing as you could ask for.
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks, guys. Any questions on the elevator completion and certification? Okay, hearing none, we will move to item 4, which is the audiovisual system.
So this project kind of fell on our laps with, there was some, I guess, issues with the audiovisual system in general. And through a couple applications, we went through the maintenance reserve fund to redo the entire system, along with adding some sound deadening panels. So I know some of you guys have visited, and the sound, there's a bit of an echo in the Great Hall. We're going to try to eliminate that, and with the help of the team out of Richmond, so it's a certified state team. Everything is, we don't even have to go to DGS for it. Essentially, as soon as we want to get moving, we'll pull the wires to the new speakers. We're adding 2 new zones, one out for the education pavilion, and then one to the front of the building. And they'll all have their own channels. So somebody could be saying something in the front of the building and something different in the middle and something different in the education pavilion area. We are going to, exciting news, remove the projectors and install a screen. I'm trying to remember the exact dimensions of the screen, but it's a large, it's 4 smaller LCD screens put together to make one large screen in the Great Hall, which will run similar. You can have something being filmed in the back and projected out, or we can run a full-time dedicated DVR player to that with educational information to it, really making it a more functional space for presentations. So that's all exciting, and we didn't think we'd be able to do it with maintenance reserve. It's really helped us out. The total for the entire project is going to be around $94,000 to get all the sound equipment in and the screens. So it was certainly I wouldn't say a gift, but it's certainly, we're excited that those funds are available. Tim, am I missing anything?
No, I think you covered everything.
All right.
This is Lisa. I have a weird question about that. I just was at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, and they had a lot of displays that had sound. And I, off the top of my head, don't remember if any or a number of our displays have sound. But if they do, if they run off of that same system, and will they be upgraded or a totally different system?
It's a totally different system. Our exhibits that have sound are back in the hallway, just separate from the ancient hall. So yeah, that's a totally separate system.
So what do we do with all
Okay,
the old
thank you.
stuff that we have?
So the wiring and that they're pulling is going to be we can't use it in our building, so we'll have to surplus it. The speakers, lucky enough, when they were ordered are fairly new, so they're going to be able to use we have 6 currently, Tim. We have 6 speakers,
Right.
and we're going to piece those together with 2 new smaller speakers. So we'll be able to reuse most, if not all of the speakers, and then there's some junction boxes too that we'll be able to reuse. So really running the wire, and then I guess upgrading the wireless capabilities. So somebody will be able to adjust sound from the back instead of you don't have to be at the podium to adjust sound. And then if you want to run out of the back room, you can run, say, a band out front, and then you can split the channels of the speakers. I mean, they're nice speakers that we have already to just to function as far as different channels go. Oh, sorry. The other project.
You froze up on me.
Yeah, you froze up.
Oh, sorry. The projectors. I guess I moved too fast. The projectors are we're gonna surplus the projectors. That's just the antiquated technology, and the bulbs at this point are worth more than the projectors themselves. So
Right.
if we wanted to replace those, we'd have to. We might as well buy a new projector and throw it away every time.
Anything else on the audio visual system? Any questions or anything? Okay, hearing none. Is that everything on our agenda?
So, that's all we have to do. Everything else is you guys know about already.
Okay. All right. Any other questions or comments?